Hello, N4H&H here. Why do I have you staring at my monitor on the wall? Well, I changed up something a little bit. I downloaded the newest remote control software from Elecraft. It's a free download from Elecraft, and it interfaces with Elecraft amplifiers. And I've added it to my display up there. So if you can see my mouse moving around, maybe, hopefully you can. This area up here in the blue and white, that's my log, and then this is the DX cluster, and then there's the Elecraft hosting software, remote software, and of course on the left that's my soda watch that I keep up so I can look for summits on the air activators. So it worked out nicely. This has various different modes. When you bring it up, you can decide whether you want it to be full size. You can minimize it vertically, or you can minimize it horizontally. I've minimized it horizontally, and that just means that it puts, compacts the information a little bit more. But you have total control of the amplifier from here. Let me pan over a little bit and get that centered up. Okay, so for example, I can put the amps in standby right now. Listen for the click. So I can change it from standby to operate right here. I could change bands, but I've got the cable connected to mine so that it automatically changes bands when I change bands on the radio. Right now it's connected to the FTDX 5000 MP, which is sitting here on the desk where you normally see it. Of course, it's also got this amp on indicator here. You can control the auto tuner over here. I've got it in bypass right now, but there's where you can kick in the auto tuner and you can force a tune cycle. Now watch this. I'm going to click this button at the top left in this window here, and I'm going to power down the amplifier. And the amp is off. The connection is made with a USB cable. I do advise putting RF chokes on those cables just in case. I mean, in my case, I have a ladder line coming in the shack. I have an off-center fed dipole that's going to have some common mode current on it. So I did go ahead and put some chokes on here. I've been burned by that before, quite literally. I actually, not me, but my FTDX 5000 got hit by some RF over on the CAT port last year. But okay, so I'm going to power it back up. You probably heard the clicks. Now that doesn't turn off the power supply, just so we're clear on that. The power supply will continue to be powered up. It's got a manual switch on the back of it, but that powers down the amplifier itself. And the amplifier is back on. It knows that we're on 15 meters. I'm going to go down here to the rig and change bands. And you'll see it change to the 20 meter band there. Tells me the current temperature of the amplifier, and then I'm in a dummy load right now, and I'm going to put the amp into operate, and then I'll transmit here and let you watch the power meter. So look in this area right here. This is SWR, the second field down, and this one is watts. On the left, it's going to actually read down to 1 watt accuracy, or at least resolution, and then here is going to be a bar graph. N4H&H testing, N4H&H. So it's 1200 watts. The amplifier is capable of more. I'm going to give it some more drive. Here we go. Again, we're on the 20 meter band. Here we go. Into the dummy load. N4H&H testing. Hello, 1, 2. Hello, N4H&H. So we're hitting 1386 watts there. So yeah, just to give you an idea that the software is fast enough to even track the PEP speech. So let's see if I can go ahead up to the max. N4H&H testing. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. I don't want to drive it too much harder, although it will do about 1700 watts. Let's go to the 40 meter band. And I do have mine programmed. My KPA 1500 is programmed to where it will automatically go to standby when I change bands. You don't have to do that, but I prefer that just in case I need to tune or something like that. It's just a safer way to operate, if you ask me. Oh, by the way, I just should point out too, there's 2 antenna ports on that amp, and you can even change antennas right here at the bottom left. Okay, let's try it over here into the dummy load. N4. Oh, I was on CW. Here we go. N4, HNH, testing, 1, 2. Ooh, yeah, see, I went up to over 1600 watts there. Good thing it was the dummy load. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. If you happen to have an Elecraft amplifier, the software download is available for both the KPA 1500 and the KPA 500. I had the earlier version of the software, but it didn't have the really cool bar graphs like this new version has. It just, it was a simple one, and it was great. You could also interrogate the amplifier to in case you had a failure or was having anything weird happen. You could save a file from it and email it to Elecraft, and they can literally troubleshoot it from that file. So, but it did have power meter, SWR, all these things, but it was just not laid out quite as nice as this one is. So this is pretty cool. And just in case you're wondering, I was just trying to minimize. I've got watt meters. I've got external watt meters. I've got one that's super accurate, but I wanted to, I like to streamline my desk a little bit here. And so the idea was to try to get away from having any watt meters up here. And I checked the watt meter in the amp itself, which is where we're reading that power from, and it's remarkably accurate, even compared to the calibrated watt meter that I tested it against. So I'm trusting that what it's showing me is probably within a few watts of accuracy. Yeah, let me zoom in a little bit and let you see that one more time here on the 40 meter band before I get off. All right, here we go. N4 H&H testing. It definitely was hitting over the legal limit there. I'm driving it with 35 watts, by the way, which is pretty good. The radio just kind of coasts along here. All right, so I just wanted to share that with you, and I guess I should, because you're probably going to comment and say, hey, well, show us the amp. I mean, I've shown it in other videos. In fact, I shot a whole video about this amp. But there it is. There you go, right there. Sitting atop my tuner. But there it is, the Elecraft KPA 1500. I know it's kind of dark because I've got the camera set to show you the screen up there. But there we go, I'll lighten it up a little bit. So there's the amp itself. But the cool thing about it is I don't have to lean over here to the left of the desk and look at the display. See, that display is showing the information as well, the wattage, the SWR, the temperature, and those LEDs, of course, are indicating operate, standby, which antenna is selected, whether the tuner's enabled or not. But, I thought it was pretty good to just go ahead and put that over here on the monitor right where I'm going to be doing my logging. And so that's why I wanted you to see that. All right, hey, thanks for watching, and Patreon supporters, I sure appreciate you helping me keep this channel going and helping me justify the time to do this. You just can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys. And hey, if anyone else would like to become a Patreon supporter of this channel, if you like this type of content, you can vote for it by helping me out as a Patreon supporter. Go to patreon.com/N4HNH. That's patreon.com/N4HNH. And I would much appreciate that. And if you would like the video, that helps us out with YouTube. And, we'll help other people discover the channel. And hopefully more and more people will enjoy this type of programming. And of course, if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, you can click that bell and you'll be notified when I upload the next video. Again, thanks for watching, and 73 from N4HNH.